Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mars coming at you over the interwaves with another cast of StarCraft 2 replay sent in by the viewers to Reddit's Castit. If you want to get your games casted by a member of the community, such as I am doing now, do it there, or you could just put it on GG Tracker and hope for the best, I suppose. Over on this side, we have an Overlord slowly making his way from the Red Zerg Odveta's base. He is not doing anything particularly exciting. And on this side of Dusk Towers, we have the blue Protoss coming out for Matt K. Matt, I suppose with this thing, that might be Matt Kraken. Lomovetado, which is Spanish for stuff. And I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what. Lomovetado does scout this. Lomo. What was Lomo again?
Lomo. I don't remember. Can I also make another linguistic comment?
Yeah.
You sure it's casted, not cast? If you
No,
cast.
that's the Reddit subreddit. It's called Castit.
No, cast it, but if you want your game casted.
If you want it cast or you want it casted.
Because when you cast iron or plastic, it's to cast. But if you cast a game, it's casted.
I don't know. If this was a classical verb, then there might be more precedence for this. But I guess we're just, doing it as it comes along. We have a
With that interruption.
hatch first for Odveta, and we have a gateway first for the Protoss, but he expands quite shortly after that, regardless. So we have Odveta making sure Lomovetado. Yep, definitely Spanish. Making sure that there's no third base on the way, which tells him at least as much as not quite as much as going into his base, but it does tell him a little bit of something. Does go back into his base to scout. In the meantime, Odveta knows nothing. So sees that spawning pool jiggling. Could, I suppose, doing that, counting the amount of gas that's left in this extractor, or the amount of drones that are doing it. This is quite a high level, or at least from my perspective, this isn't gold. This is shiny portrait border, so diamond or master. I'm really very bad at this. This one doesn't scout that third. But Odveta doesn't persevere and kill it, so he could go back in order to scout this. And yeah, Odveta still has no clue what's happening. So he might want to put down some spore crawlers now, I suppose. I mean, there could be a Stargates with done right about now, and there could be an Oracle flying across. There's, he's got some of these guys giving him vision, but it's hardly everywhere. If he just flew down that path, he wouldn't have seen anything. But no spore crawlers, just droning up quite a bit, trying to equalize with the Protoss, and he does, and getting a roach warren. Yeah, well, there is that Stargate, but it's not used in the way that I described. Alright, third base up. And more drones in the production tab. No more queens though, so you could do a bit better on the injects. Get a queen to that third base for the injects there. Lomovetado is saturating his bases and building mass adept. Well, mass adept. He's building quite a few adepts. And Odveta sees the third being taken. What does that tell him? Well, I don't know. It's a little bit late. Could be a lot earlier, so there might have been some shenanigans going on. There could be something heading towards his base. As a matter of fact, there is stuff heading towards his base. And he's putting out a few roaches. Is this going to be enough? Does he have any yet? He does not. He has 4 Zergling. That is not going to be good. But he does have 4 roaches on the way, which can do some damage. But these guys die slowly. Now they're in his natural, absolutely tearing these guys apart. 11 workers killed, denying a full base of mining, and he shadows out in order to go to that 3rd base. And what is there? 2 Zerglings and a Queen. The Queen is not really doing anything. And as the roaches come in to take care of this, he shades out again. This is that play that so many Zergs and Terrans, I suppose, really dislike. But Odveta does have units in his natural to whittle down yet another one of these, and there are now 5 adepts left. And Lomovetado decides to just try to do as much damage as he can. Alright. So we've got a bunch of roaches, we've got a bunch of Zerglings, we've got roach speed, we've got Zergling speed. And on this side we have 2, with a 3rd one on its way, Phoenix. And bugger all the ground troops, we've got 4 adepts. That means that this push could do quite a bit. Where's your mothership core? It's over there, so it could overcharge. Odveta getting in there, killing 1 drone and going on to that nexus. And Lomovetado is not doing anything about it. What are you doing? Yes, sending out his adepts and overcharging. But this is not the kind of army you hold off with a single overcharge. Yes, it does a lot of damage, but it doesn't do quite enough damage to kill however many roaches these are, 2 ravages even. And while the roaches were taking care of those adepts, the Zerglings just melt this nexus, and Odveta finds himself in quite a good position. Overcharging at the ramp, double overcharge even. That's what is he going to do against this many roaches? Bypasses the overcharged pylon, goes straight into his opponent's nexus, takes out a pylon. He's not supply blocked yet, not having lost quite enough army to make that happen, but the 2nd pylon does do it, and there's ever more Zerglings streaming in and absolutely murdering this. There are 5 Phoenixes, but with this many Zerglings in your base, there's really not much you can do about it. Look at that money he's got in his base, in his bank. Ooh, 2 Immortals. Well, they do take care of the roaches quite well, but they're not as good against Zerglings. Besides, the Zerglings that decide not to kill him for reasons not entirely clear to me. And he holds it off. He holds it off. You wanna re-roll there. You wanna re-roll there, Lomo. You wanna re-roll? Are you gonna re-roll? You're not going to re-roll. Are you going to build anything with your 1600 minerals and no gas? No, he doesn't know exactly how much trouble he's in as he comes here and sees that entire army. With 4 Immortals, if he can keep these Zerglings off his Immortals, this is going to be enough to hold this off. Then he's going to have to put these Zealots and these Adepts in the right place. He does put them right at the front. There is another overcharge in order to start wheeling away at these. And this Immortal dies very slowly. 3 Immortals versus 4 Immortals against a lot of roaches, but that is kind of what Immortals do, and so they hold it off. Right, I would have said that was quite enough to kill him, but apparently it was not, and now we have Lomovetado moving out with 4 Immortals, a Stalker, 1 Adept and a Mothership Core, and a lot of Phoenixes in order to kill this army of mostly Zerglings. And what does he have on the way? He's got another 8 Zerg. That's it. Oh, he could have been quite a bit more on top of his injects, I suppose. Yeah, doesn't have the larva to work with. as this comes in to his third base. And the barrier is triggered, but as I said, they just don't do very well against Zerglings, and he decides to recall with, is that 2 Immortals still in place? Yep, 2 Immortals. And now with this many gateways, he can warp in quite a few Zealots. He does actually now have enough gas to do anything interesting as well. He could do so here at his third, as it is Odveta's turn again to move out. He catches another free Immortal. Pretty much free. I'm sure he lost a few Zerglings. Ooh. Those were Stalkers. That's interesting. Do these Zerglings have any upgrades? No, they do not. They will, however, still melt this Nexus if he decides to stay with it. He doesn't. He takes out 200 hit points and 1000 shield, which is just fine for Lomovetado, as shields do automatically regenerate, as you can see here. So there's a few things so far that Odveta has done which have been rather questionable on the attack front. But here we are, 11 minutes in, and we're sort of stable. I'm surprised this guy's still alive. These guys just flew right close to that. Come in to check, maybe see if there's a 4th base being taken. There is, of course, but not where he's flying to now. And what are we doing? Well, we're getting another hatchery. We're getting 2 evolution chambers, so those upgrades may actually start coming in place. And oh, you don't want to have phoenixes there, dude. You don't. Oh, that's 1 phoenix, and he might well lose a second. And if he was target firing those, he might have done that. There is, however, a Zealot warp in with the War Prison, but Odveta is very much in place to deal with this, and it comes to not much. I don't want to say not, but not much. 21 workers killed by Lomovetado versus 16 of Odveta. And after just the 1 attack upgrade, he's not going ahead and getting another one. Does he even have the Twilight Council? No, he does not. Nope. And these 4 Zealots, which he did save from the main attack base, take out a couple of hit points on the hatchery, pulls the army that way as he morphs back in here. You don't want to be there. That is too close to that Spore Crawler. You want to let them out here? Yep. Just 2. Okay, let's have 2. Take out 1 drone, takes out 2 drones. And now he just picks up again. In the meantime, whatever tried to scout there, which was a flying unit, got the acquaintance of these photon cannons and these stalkers. As we have, you want to take care of this War Prison. I always hate these. You know, if you let this live, if you let it fly about, and you're finally, you finally killed that pesky army, and they're just about to warp in over on their side. You go like, yes, I've got you. You look around, and your entire economy is gone because you once forgot about 4 Zealots flying around in close proximity to your base. So we've got 3 bases mining here. Well, mostly still here. Also lost a few mineral patches here already. We've got a 4th for Odveta, who is now getting his upgrades. And there is a Dark Shrine coming in. So that was a Twilight Council build, I suppose. Dark Shrine coming in for Lomovetado. Now, the problem with that is, of course, that there was a Zealot attack, or Phoenix attack to start with. Meaning that there's quite a few Spore Crawlers. That is a building, actually. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really? Nothing here? Okay, well, nothing in his back base. I suppose trusting to his skills to take care of that. This War Prism is still there, threatening to backstab. How many was that? 6. Ooh, wait, are you going to morph that into Archons? What's your plan there? You're going to keep them with the army. Alright. Well, there are exactly 0 overseers, so I suppose he could do quite a bit of damage. And, oh, wow. He does go back in order to try and take out this war prison. But with the Mutalisk switch, this ground army is very, very dangerous. And there's nothing here to really contest this army, let alone the Dark Templar. And that 4th base melts, absolutely melts. Yeah, that's just not enough of an army to really contest Lomovetado as the roaches sort of die. Now, the Mutalisk transition did kill or made evacuate the workers there, but in the meantime, his opponent is just moving in and absolutely melting this. Now we can see the Dark Templars coming in and murdering his drones in his army, but there's nothing there to kill them. He's got his overseers now, but yeah, his army is gone. He surrounds. No, he doesn't go for a surround. He decides to try and take his Zerglings back here. Oh, and Lomovetado taking a good choke against his melee-centric opponent, but there's nothing that shoots up anymore. There's what? There's one. Oh my god, there's nothing that shoots up anymore. All the Archons are gone. All the Stalkers are gone. Nothing by Lomovetado that can kill these Mutalisks, which he decides to... Oh, he decides there is still one Archon, and you do have to deal with those right away. Archons will fucking murder anything biological. So yeah, Lomovetado took out 3 of the 4 bases by Odveta, but does he have anything against 19 Mutalisks? Well, at the moment, no. And he doesn't have money to warp anything either, so we have a lot of Mutalisks going over on the other side. And yeah, nothing here to greet them. Oh, two Archons, and Archons are tricky to deal with as a Mutalisk player. Oh, look at that train of just money. Oh, Lomovetado is not going to be very happy with that drone transfer. That was not good. Bringing him down to 23 workers, which is still more than his opponent, and he does still have his bases up. Well, at least this one where he can mine from, because he's not going to do anything here. And there's nothing to prevent his opponent. Oh, he could just move in with his Zerglings as well, taking out pylons, taking away the production of Lomovetado, and he can just run circles around these Archons. Yeah, they're dangerous. They will murder you, but they can't catch you. You can't do anything with these guys. It does push himself into a corner, so that's going to be the end of his Zerglings. But his Mutalisk can just, go here, and there's nothing to protect them here. All these units will just die. In the meantime, there's more Zerglings coming over. He's retaking his 3rd, he's retaking his 4th. And he does decide to let that Dark Templar live, sacrificing those Zerglings. Are you going to kill these 3? Are you going to kill these 3? Yep, he does in one volley. Oh, and Lomovetado, yeah. He looked in such a great position, but there's nothing left that shoots up that can actually take care of these, that can even catch them. Was Blink researched? I don't think so. There's not going to be any Blink Stalkers to take care of these. There is, of course, this thing still, but he's not building any Phoenixes. So Odveta leaves his opponent on the other side of the map, hopelessly chasing these Mutalisks with the 3 Archons, and in the meantime, well, we do have 2 Zealots and a Dark Templar over on this side of the map. This is, I suppose, why Odveta is moving back. Does he know of the Dark Templar? Yes, and now he knows where as well, if he is paying attention. It does look like it. Yep. Well, that's what Lomovetado was hoping for. Yep. Getting his opponent to go back to his side of the map. And with this gone, he knows he is, as they so eloquently sometimes put it, shit out of luck with 2 workers left and no minerals. Yep, that was it. Nicely played. That was a very nice Mutalisk switch on Odveta. And yeah, then the base trade wasn't quite enough. If he had managed to take out this hive, but he didn't, didn't even get close to killing it. I suppose there was natural regeneration work there, but yeah, GG.